Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one will be doing our final series death predictions for the last part, the ending for The Walking Dead. Alright dudes, so we got about a week leading up to the premiere for the final part of the Walking Dead television series for The Walking Dead Season 11, Part 3. Very excited to see how things unfold here to wrap up the Walking Dead TV series, and then further excited to see the spin-off series next year in 2023. So our final section, our final 8 episodes for the Walking Dead TV series, and our final survivor predictions. So that is to say that anybody who is not killed off in this final part will survive the dead, will survive the Walking Dead TV series, and it's a short list. Not too many survivors that are still alive in the TV series up to this point are still in the show, and then those that will actually survive on through to the end. Quite the accomplishment to survive this series, especially if you're a character that's been in the series more than just a year or so. Like a final season character, that is. So who will be killed off in these final 8 episodes? So we'll start with that. We'll start with the characters we think will most likely be killed off in this final part. Then we'll go into the maybe section, and then we'll go for the series survivors, the ones that we think will survive the series. Be sure to write yours in the comments below. So who do I think is going to be killed off in this final 8 episodes? I think there's going to be a good number of them because a lot of them won't be used in any of the spin-off series. So if they're not going to be used in a spin-off, most likely we're thinking, like, I guess they could be survivors at the Commonwealth after and just kind of be there and not be in any of the shows very much, just be in the background. So there definitely will be some of those characters that'll just be in the background, kind of at Alexandria, at the Commonwealth, at places like that in the Walking Dead universe that will survive at the end, but a lot of them that are not the spin-offs likely won't. So first we're going to go with Aaron. So I've predicted this one for a while, that I thought Aaron was going to be killed off before the end of the series. It's possible that maybe he could survive out and he'll be one that will be like the leader of Alexandria later on, while the others will have their spin-offs and they'll kind of leave. Maybe he survives out the series and is at Alexandria as like the leader there while Daryl leaves and Negan and Maggie leave and that whole thing. So maybe that's what they'll do with him. But it's probably more likely that he'll be used, I think, as one of like the final series deaths in the show, like the last couple episodes. I'm thinking like last 2 or 3 episodes might be killed off in this Commonwealth War that's coming up at sort of like a civil war at the end of this season. So the end of part 3 is when I'm expecting it. So I do think he'll be one of the first ones that will be one of the biggest ones to kind of wrap up the series, because you're going to have likely a few big ones to finish things off. Next will be Rosita. So I'd like to see Rosita survive out the series. I hope that she does. But we haven't seen her name used in any of the spin-off series for like the Negan and Maggie one or the others. So if she does survive out the series, she'd likely be kind of back at Alexandria or wherever, kind of in the background, still a survivor, which would be great to see. I just, I don't know. I think that if she was a survivor, they might use her in one of the spin-offs. And since I haven't heard anything about her being in any of the spin-offs, it's likely that she may be killed off in this last season. There's also scenes of her where she's kind of climbing across, and she looks like she's in a lot of trouble. A lot of zombies in and around her. So, she might be one, like, again, last few episodes would be killed off. That would be a big one to kind of finish off the series, because she has been in the series since season 4. So we'd expect to see one of the longest running survivors. So we would like to see her survive, but it's likely that she will be killed off in this last part. Next will be Gabriel. Gabriel's one I think will be killed off too, because in the comics he did not survive all the way through to the end, and he's outlived his comic book counterpart, who was killed off in the Whisper War. Likewise with Rosita, who was killed off earlier in the comics. TV series, they're both still alive. I think they'll both be killed off for the end of the show. Next one is Magna. Magna in the TV series is not as liked as she was in the comics. People who are readers of the comics did enjoy Magna, but the TV series version, not really so much. I don't really get any comments here or there from people that, are fans of hers. So I think she'll probably be killed off in this last part. I don't really see her surviving into the spinoffs or anything like that. Next one's Jerry. He could be one that could be like a stay behind at Alexandria as well, too. But I kind of feel like you have him and Ezekiel. Probably one of them will survive. Don't know if both of them will. So we'll put Jerry on here as one that could be killed off in this last, this part 3. Next we have Pamela. So some of the Commonwealth characters here. Yeah, Pamela will probably be killed off before the end of the series, I think. Lance as well too. Yeah, that's likely. Sebastian, which is Pamela's son, who's kind of maybe almost like the expected villain for this last part of the series. Expect to see him be killed off too. Then we have Negan's new wife, which is named Annie. I don't think that Annie will survive all the way through because there's the Negan and Maggie spinoff, but I guess it's possible that Annie could kind of stay behind and not go with Negan in the Maggie-Negan spinoff series. I guess we'll see how that whole thing kind of ends up, but she's a brand new character. She hasn't been there for very long. She's just kind of come in season 11, so I think she'll probably be killed off before the end of the series. And finally, Virgil. Virgil, I feel like in the TV series, is not really a fan favorite. People don't really like him that much so far, especially with the way he's introduced with Michonne and everything. So, I really don't care about him at all, whether he does survive or not. So I'll just put him on as he'll probably be killed off before the end of the show. Now we'll go to kind of the middle section here of those that I could really see going either way. Kind of put it as a maybe, would be Connie. So Connie, I feel like, she's probably safe, but they were trying to do something, I think, with her and Daryl to set up some kind of relationship or something. It didn't really work in the TV series. She left to do Eternals, the actress did. And so she's back now, but, I don't know. I don't know if she'll survive out the series. And even if she does, I wouldn't really expect to see her in any of the spin-offs anyway. So we'll put her as a maybe for now. She could be killed off before the end of the series. I don't think she'll be in the Daryl spinoff. I kind of doubt it. Elijah, who is kind of like a sidekick for Maggie, sort of. I don't think we'll see him in the Daryl the Negan and Maggie spinoff series. So I don't think he'll go with Maggie for that in Dead City. So, he could be killed off for the end of the series, or maybe they just leave him as like a stay-behind character, and maybe he won't be in the Negan and Maggie spinoff series. Ezekiel, another one that I would expect to be a stay-behind. I don't expect to see Ezekiel, if he does survive, in any of the spinoffs, except for just in maybe the first episode as a group is leaving or something. But I would like to see Ezekiel survive out the series. So I'll put him there. I kind of think maybe if they're going to kill off either him or Jerry, they'll probably do Jerry first, and Ezekiel probably would survive out. And then we'll go into the will survive category now. These are series survivors, so the ones that are going to survive out the dead, the ones that are going to survive out The Walking Dead, and possibly be used in different spin-offs here next year and going forward. Mercer. So Mercer's a new character. I don't expect to see him killed off before this season ends. I think he'll still be there, afterwards, but I don't think he'll be in the spinoff either. I think he'll just stay at the Commonwealth and be a Commonwealth survivor with Princess or whatever, and the two of them will probably make it, but, we probably won't be seeing them in a spinoff or anything like that. If so, it'd be for one episode, just when a group are leaving or something. We have Eugene, and then also Max, or / Stephanie, what we kind of knew her as originally. So both of them, I think both of them will survive. And Eugene as well. I expect him to be a stay-behind character that when you do the spinoffs, maybe he comes in for a cameo and he does one scene at the beginning of some of the spinoffs or something. Any of them, really. And then after that, you don't really see him. I don't think he'll be going on the road. He doesn't really feel like that kind of character that would want to do that. However, he's funny for comic relief. A big fan of Josh McDermott and everything. So, but I think he'll probably be one that will be back at Alexandria, staying there with Stephanie, and I don't think he'll really be leaving, settling down, that kind of thing, for the spinoff series. There's Kelly as well. Seems safe to me. I don't think they'll kill Kelly off. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yumiko as well, same kind of thing. Stay Behind, Commonwealth will survive, but won't likely be focused in the spin-off series. Princess with Mercer, yep, expect to see her survive. Then we have Lydia. I do think Lydia will survive because she also had an episode now in the Alpha origin episode of Tales of the Walking Dead. So I get the sense that with Lydia that she's, a younger character, could be used in some of the spin-off series, probably will. So I'll put Lydia as likely a survivor. Maybe to be used in the... I could see her going with Negan and Maggie in Dead City. I could see her being a supporting character in that and going with them for their journey in that. That would be fun to see because I think she works well with Negan. So she kind of views him as like a surrogate protector father type of... She's still young. So father type of character in some ways. So anyway, that's kind of the way I see it. That's what I think. I think she'll survive the series. Judith and RJ, I think they'll both survive. I don't think that we'll see either Judith or RJ be killed off for the end of the series. There's the Rick and Michonne spin-off series coming later. So I would expect for Judith and RJ to both be alive for the Rick and Michonne spin-off. I don't think either of them be killed off. And then we have, obviously, Rick and Michonne, not even in the damn show, so you can't even kill them off anyway. They announced the spinoff for next year. Very excited for that and expect to see them as well as a couple seasons I think they're going to do for that one. And then they're going to wrap up their story and maybe a happy ending for them, reunited with Judith and RJ, farmhouse type of thing, and settling down. And then Daryl and Carol. So, yeah, both survive for sure. I would be completely and totally shocked if... maybe they could do, like, if Carol was killed off in, like, the last episode of the show or something. That would be a big surprising one that would catch everyone off guard. I just don't think they're going to do it. I just don't. I don't think they're going to do it. I think Carol will survive the series. She'll have cameos in the Daryl spinoff, most likely. Some of the others probably, too. And I would expect her to have cameos in pretty much all of them when the characters are leaving and stuff. And it'd be great to see her reunited with Rick again later on. Daryl, we know, is going to survive. Let's not be ridiculous here. They would never. That's their cash cow. We want one of them cows. That's one of the lines he says with the hilltop. One of them cows too. That's their cash cow. They're going to keep milking that. Norman Reedus' money. They know it. They're not going to kill Daryl off. Come on, let's not be crazy here. Okay, it's not going to happen. Maybe in the spinoff, at like the very end of the spinoff, but even then, probably not. Because you just have him ride the motorcycle, and I got to get a motorcycle. They're so cool. This many years of watching Walking Dead has made me think, like, maybe I should get a motorcycle. So cool. Daryl's going to survive. It's what it is. Maggie and Negan, they've already posted a picture of themselves in the spinoff series. So I understand that AMC can be a little crafty, but they're not like NASA level crafty. Okay, so Negan and Maggie are going to survive. This isn't like some kind of, they're not going to do. They're going to post pictures of them in the spinoff to like trick us. It's not going to happen. Okay, and announce fake spinoffs. I've seen some theories like this. They're announcing fake spinoffs because they're actually going to kill. I don't think so. Okay, I don't think that AMC is that legit. All right. They're not quite at that level of corruption. I don't think, or at least I don't think they go that far. Gimple might do it, but I don't think AMC would do it overall. Like him personally, he might. That seems like something he might do. But you got a lot of other people involved and big wigs and stuff. And even if he had the idea, they'd be like, "No, you're not doing that." That's my death prediction. I think is that everybody? There's a lot of characters. I don't know. I probably missed somebody. Anyway, leave your comments below. Who do you think will be killed off in this final 8 episodes for part 3? Who do you think will survive? That's it, guys. Be excited. It's awesome time. We'll try to stay positive. Try to be happy. Try to have fun, even though it is the end of our favorite series. So, thumbs up below. Subscribe at the bottom. See you soon. Trev, say peace. Later, guys. See ya.